This is Maap Real Talk Show again with host George Nemeh with you here with Micajah Jackson. He just finished speaking. You're going to see his speech is already on air on Facebook Live. Today's September 25th. You could scroll down to it. You'll hear it. It's phenomenon. And we'll be on YouTube sometime this weekend. But right now, I'm honored to speak with this fireball. I called him a fireball today in my thoughts because his speech was riveting. Now, because it came from the heart. He's a true patriot, true American. He said, doesn't matter left or right, it doesn't matter what you are, this is a Christian country and we're all Americans. And he's been here since 1656, right?
Yeah, my family's been here.
Your family, well, that's what I mean.
My family were religious.
Your ancestors.
Yeah, they landed here in 16.
So that's very important what I just said. What I just said for the listeners now they're going to listen to this man because this is the real man that allowed us all to come to this country, technically all the Americans, and they're trying to take America away from them. And from that's what I wanted to talk to him, and I'm honored, sir, Mr. Jackson, to speak with you today. Is there something like you want to recap on the meeting? Because right now they're going to watch your speech.
Yes.
And then they want to recap with you. So
yes.
Can you give me a recap?
Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely.
Please.
So, I was invited here by Look Ahead America. I spoke a couple months ago with them over and up in Scottsdale. But I am one of the hundreds and maybe even thousands of Americans being politically persecuted for attending January 6th, which was a peaceful protest.
Right.
And it was incited by the FBI informants, Antifa, BLM extremists, and Democratic activists. And the government, the U.S. government specifically, weaponized these weapons against us, the American people, that run this country, and we the people are the government. The government does not. We don't work for the government works for we the people. And they took that away from us on January 6th.
So do you feel like you've been robbed? What is the feeling? Like, we all say words, but how do you feel inside?
I feel violated as an American. I feel disgusting and violated. When they came to my house 3 months after January 6th on March 20th.
When we say they, who?
The FBI.
Okay.
2 federal agents. They knocked on my door. My roommate answered. They answered. That same day, they laid out paperwork and they legitimately shared on a map of all the steps I took around the Capitol and inside the Capitol. And it bothered me because it freaked me out. I've never dealt with FBI agents before, especially when they told me I'm only looking at misdemeanor charges. So they took me to I'm 100% disabled with the VA, so I got checked into the hospital for 5 days. They drove me to the hospital.
Right.
And they were questioning me still, and when I kept saying, hey, I need to get a lawyer, they still kept pressing on me. Then I get to the hospital, I get out 5 days later. I didn't get charged until about 2 months afterwards.
Did they follow procedures, sir?
No, they did not follow.
Do you know what procedures are for the FBI?
No, but I know they violated their procedures and my constitutional rights. Because
you said they kept pressing you.
Yes, when I kept saying I need to get a lawyer.
Yes. Yeah.
And they have been spying. They still spy on my social media. They've taken down a couple of my accounts when the day of my arrest. I turned myself in on May 18th.
Right.
So I turned myself in, and how I realized that they were watching me is what they did too. What really violated me too is I already had lawyer representation.
Right.
They called me a week before my arrest and see if I was in Montana because I was uploading photos from Montana of what I have saved on my phone.
Wow.
So they called me without going through my lawyers first when I already had legal representation. So they violated me there too.
That is a huge one.
Yes.
Did they consider you a treasonous? Did they consider you an outlaw? The way they were talking to you? The reason why I'm asking, because there's a due process they're supposed to behave.
When I was in the car,
with American citizens.
Yep. When I was in the car,
you're not a Taliban.
Oh no. I'm just an American citizen.
Right.
When they were taking me to the Florence jail to get booked, I spent 30 hours there. The agent was questioning me in the car if I was any gangs, any extremist groups. And I told him no. Then he brought up, well, are you part of the MAGA gang? And I straight up told him, yeah, I'm all about MAGA. So even though he used the word gang, they're trying to
make. I know what they're trying to do.
They're trying to make us sound like we're a little gangsters.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
Yep. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm no thug. I'm no gangster. I'm not white trash. I'm an American citizen. I call myself an American nationalist because being an American, you have to love your country because we don't. When you look at Marxist ideology with socialism and communism.
Right.
That takes away your sovereignty from a nation. That's why Americans have to be nationalists, because we're not on the left or right. We're in the middle, and we're all about God-given liberties, our life, pursuit of happiness, and our liberties,
What is next because we got like 30 seconds. What is next for Mr. Jackson?
Next is to continue on fighting and get this court case over with and live on with my life so I could become a professor and we could take back our education at the higher
Because
levels.
I heard you talk, that's why I wanted to touch base. So you're looking to be a professor?
Yes, sir. Political philosopher.
Political philosopher. Whoa, that's like tough. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
This is Maap Real Talk Show with you. We really appreciate you speaking with me. We're a conservative outlet, local in Arizona, but we reach the world. And I just want to thank you for speaking with us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Guys like you is what keeps us ticking.
Thank you. I appreciate
God bless you. Great American. You're a great patriot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Actually,